Lewis, it's been a long time.
It has.
Let me tell you what I've done about your community.
Oh, here we go.
So back on, what was it, episode 36 or something like that? 34, 36, 33, 32, somewhere in the 30s. Shout out to Zion. Shout out Catch Some Z's podcast. Make sure you check them out.
Yeah.
I came up with this dope name.
Oh, this should be good.
Because I thought that the Alphabet Club was a little bit excessive.
Okay.
Because it's 25, 26 letters in the alphabet?
Yes, 26.
Okay, I always forget that number. Then I just thought that was too many. It's just excessive.
Okay.
So what I came up with was Nuevas Nueve.
Nuevas Nueve.
Yeah. For New Nine.
New Nine.
Yeah. The LGBTQIAPK community. Because I put respect on your name. So I make sure I call out every letter. And since there's 9 letters, the New Nine.
The New Nine. I like that. I mean, I guess like, I don't know, when it comes to like the alphabet and all of that, like it's like, I've always been somebody that just likes to be myself, and that changes through day to day. And like when it comes to like how angry people get about like stuff like that, like I don't know, whenever I get angry about anything,
having a title or not having a title?
Having a title. Why title anything? Why make it any? Why is it supposed to be anything? I've met so many different types of people that like fall under that umbrella, because I mean, shoot, they have like 56 different genders in New York alone, like that you can sign up for. Like it's like at some point, like at the end of the day, like I identify with that, but I also identify with being black. I also identify with being like into music, a dancer. Like it's just so many other facets that like to be so angry about somebody else's thoughts on you or what they think they should call you, and like letting that make you feel anything, I think is like letting them win.
I'll see, but I'll understand that as far as like the outside yelling in, but I also have an issue with the inside yelling out.
Right.
Because I've had this conversation with Penrose and Protest and Riot. We were talking about like people putting themselves in boxes, and like a lot of the titles that come with the LGBTQIAPK community, they treat themselves as nouns. They'll treat them titles as nouns instead of as adjectives.
Absolutely.
Like you're not a black gay, you're a black gay man.
Exactly.
You're not a white lesbian. You're a white lesbian woman.
Right.
Like whatever have you be. Even if you're a transgender before or after the process, then you're either a transgender woman or you're a man in the process of trying to be a transgender woman.
Right.
So they use the titles as nouns as opposed to like don't call me a woman. I'm a lesbian.
Right.
What? No, you're a lesbian woman. Your LGBTQIAPK titles are adjectives. They are to describe what kind of man or woman you are. There are only 2 genders.
Right.
Except in New York because there's 56.
Right.
But
and that's the thing, you know, with the whole pronouns and like all of that stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, I want to be called Lewis. I want what the idea of who I am, like all that should be is Lewis. Like, and I feel like people, they need the validation from other people, or they need some type of,
you have to add 16 different adjectives just to show you that you're different because your name is not alone.
And I mean, you have every right. You have every right to want. You have every right to be wanted to call whatever you want. But I mean, I guess I just lose it when it's like you don't understand that maybe the person that you're talking to doesn't understand. Mm-hmm. I've had a lot of situations where I've been in bars or I've been at work. Like, you know, I work around people all the time, and it's a lot of conversations and things like that. And I realized that like people, you have to kind of accept people where they're at when it comes to that. And for me to like just barge down on like, I want to be called this. Like, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I want to be called Lewis. Like, at whatever your idea of that is going to be, like, it's just shown through how I represent myself every day. Like, I don't want to represent, I guess I just don't want to be thought of as I represent a group outside of myself.
Yeah, like, and that makes sense because you are the type of person that you are, but you're talking from a person that's very well confident within themselves.
Right.
So, and then you have these other people that they do want to be identified as a black gay man because it's easier, they feel like it's easier for them to relate to other people.
Right.
Like, don't call me a straight black man. I'm Nelson.
Right.
They're like, it's as simple as that.
Absolutely.
So,
but some people need that power because, you know, like a lot wherever you come from, like I was very lucky that like I was able to explore myself when I wanted to. Like I didn't have to hide. I didn't have to like suppress myself.
what
So
did you
I
say?
mean,
Your mom just took you to pride and said, "Yeah, I don't know
she
what to
said
do with you."
I don't know what to do with you. Go find your people. Like just find your people. God, I tell you, I found my people. And no, and that's the thing. It was like the beauty of that. Like she letting me go like that. I was able to figure out that like, yeah, that's cool. That's one part of me, but like,
I'm still Lewis at the end of the day.
right? Like, why am I? I just don't believe that I should be representing anybody. Like, if I make a choice to be transgendered, if I make a choice, like, in those choices, like, you want to be represented and you want to feel like you're being heard and things. But if you're transgendered and now your name is Ariel, I don't really. It feels like I want to make sure I say this the right way or how I mean it. But if your name is Ariel now, like, all I know is that you are Ariel. Whatever was before, like, okay, whatever. Like, you're Ariel now, and like I'm more focused on
Who
seeing
Ariel
the people,
is as
seeing
opposed
the
to
people.
who this transgender
Right,
woman
you
is.
you don't represent everyone, and that's the thing. Everybody's different. I
Yeah,
can't.
well,
just
no. You as a gay man represent everybody that is in the LGBTQIA PK community because all of you are of the same plight and all of you have the same box and you're all. This is the bullshit that they say.
But I mean, when you look at, but I mean, no,
because they make it seem like all of you guys' plight is the same. You all represent each other. That's why I don't like the fact that they put you guys in a community like that. In the Nuevas, as much as I say it, it's hilarious. But I do hate that they say, like, they don't say the gay community. They say the LGBT community. Right. And it's like, but the gays and the transgenders are having two completely different arguments.
Exactly.
Like, lesbian and bi, okay, maybe.
Right.
Maybe they're having the same argument. But, like, when you add in transgenders, you add in the pansexuals, the intersex, you add in all these other things, then the conversations are not the same. So you can't make it seem like they're all fighting the same, or they're all one community.
Well, I mean, really, when they, like, I want to say, and I'm not well-versed, I don't have history, this is just what I believe and how I've experienced it. Whether I'm gay or somebody's transgender, there is some type of kinship. There is some type of plight that we all had to go through. Because, I mean, really, when the straight world looks into us, our identity in each one of those, gay, lesbian, bi, it's about our sex. It's about who we're having sex with.
Yeah.
Like,
the traditional people are looking at you like you're different.
Right. We're alternative. Like, and I mean, in that sense, yeah, we all kind of float under the whole thing. Because, I mean, the gay movement would have never happened without the trans people throwing bricks at Stonewall. Like, if they didn't make the first steps and start the riots, and like, it really, I don't know when the point of it becoming such a separate thing. Because, I mean, I feel like just because I feel kinship to a transgendered person, I feel kinship to a thing because people are judging you on who you choose to love or how you have sex. And I mean, that's just something that, like, you kind of, like, if I meet somebody from Idaho, like, and we talk about our high school experience, it's probably exactly the same, whether you're gay, transgender, all that stuff. So, I mean, I get why it's all grouped together, but it's just...
But I'll only say that from a standpoint of the minority community.
Right.
Like, yes, we're all minorities, Black, Asian, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, whatever have you be it. But the Black Lives Matter argument is different from the Stop Asian Hate argument.
Right.
So that's why I say, like, even if you find a coalition within that community, the arguments within that community, if you put us all in a room together, we're having different conversations. If you put all of us in front of a white person, it seems like we're having the same conversation.
Yes.
So, and that's why I say, like, it's once you get into that community, like,
it's a lot of infighting. It's a lot of infighting. Like, we talked about when we talked about in the last video, like, the whole gay, black and white, like, it really saw it. Like, there's apps that people use online, and I was sitting in DC, and I saw where one was just straight black men, and one was just white men, and I was just thinking in my head, these are the same exact app. Some rich smart man basically figured out that this is how this is going to work. It's the same app, and getting paid, the same person's getting paid twice. Yeah, and it's just like the differences in like lesbians to gays, like transgender to all the infighting. Because I mean, I worked in DC, and it was just kind of strange because there was a AIDS program. It was like an AIDS program, and we had transgenders, we had gay people all working together, and it was like we would go in a room and it was like we couldn't even talk to each other.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is happening, or what is driving that? Because I mean, I guess just being able to talk to people from all walks of life, living in this Northern Virginia area, you meet people from all over, and it's just like I try and always look at how the other person would see it.
Yeah.
I guess, and it's like
I always tell people America's biggest problem is there's no unity within arguments.
Right.
We have zero unity within arguments
Right.
because there can be two black people asking for the same thing, going about it two different ways.